Hey guys, it's James from MONOPOD, and today I'm going to be doing a comparison with the monopod against the tripod. Now both of these very popular for both photography and videography. Today we're going to be looking at them primarily for videography. So we'll start off with the monopod. The monopod we're using today is a manfrotto. I think it's the old version. But basically it's got a fluid head on top. Now my personal favourite for the use of monopods is for things like events. So when I go to shoot like my school sports days and things, stuff where you need to be running around a lot, something like a wedding maybe, a monopod is really great because you can just shove your camera on it and just basically run around. It's not like a tripod where you've got 3 legs trying to get around everywhere. You know, you've only got only one to extend, and then with this at the bottom you want to get the three little legs at the bottom, so it will actually, with a little bit of balance, it will actually be able to stand by itself. Say you needed to quickly run and grab something out your camera bag. So yeah, we can just shove the camera on. Now I've run this monopod with a variety of lenses. Anything from like an Sigma 18-35 right up to 70-200 with my telephoto. It will still run it pretty smooth. For the event I filmed recently, I basically used this the whole way through because it was just sports, and it actually worked really, really well. And also the difference between the tripod and the monopod is that, you know, there's not really much balancing involved. It doesn't matter what kind of surface you're on because you've got this little ball at the bottom which you can use just to tilt the camera to make sure you're at a correct angle, which is really, really cool. So you know, as you can see, this thing can go pretty tall. Now, I mean, you probably only have like 1 or 2 shots where you'd actually want this height, but you know, it's still operatable. That's a new made up word I made. It's, you know, you can still use that, and you know, for things like events, especially if you've got loads of people, like a big crowd or something, trying to get over their heads, perfect. Much slimmer profile than something like the tripod, which is just works a lot better for. Now, as I said earlier, this thing's got a fluid head on it, which means that you can still do some nice panning shots. Also, the build quality is really good. It's manfrotto, so it's to be expected. But I mean, as I say, even with a 70 to 200, you can still get some pretty fluid shots on. And it's even quite windy out here, and I'm still able to keep it really nice and still. You know, I could focus pull right from the grass in front of me all the way out to the back of this field. And yeah, it's just kind of really handy. Perfect for if you're kind of run and gun shooter, doing most of it yourself. You can stick a mic on here, interviews as well. If you're trying to get loads of different interviews at a particular event or something, just stick a mic on and then run around and ask people. It's really easy. So next up, we're gonna actually have a look at the tripod. So today we're gonna be, as an example, using the Velbon VideoMate 638. Nice little rhyme in there. Velbon spitting bars. But yeah, we're going to be using this one. This is a really, really good budget video tripod. Comment below if you'd fancy a little review on this one, because I think it's something that I definitely recommend. So I think out of the two, definitely the tripod is the most popular, which doesn't necessarily mean it's the best choice, but it is the most popular. It's usually one of the first things that people will get if you're starting out doing videography. Now, as you can see right from the get-go, I'm having to balance it, but luckily it does have a little spirit level, so I can see when it's balanced or not. So if I'm dropping these legs down and the surface I'm on is uneven, I'm able to adjust it via the legs. Pods do have a system where you can actually, there's a kind of like a ball down here, and you can just tilt the whole head instead, which is far easier, I will say. But if you've got time, then it's not much of an issue. But we'll just even this out now. Okay, so something I'd say definitely for the tripod that is definitely in its favour is regarding like the fluid head. It's a lot easier to get the stable shot, so you can still get it on the monopod, and especially if you're on like a wider angle lens, 18, 35, 50mm, then it's a lot easier. But if you're on the tripod and you're using something like a big zoom, then it is far easier to pan across, you know, chasing people who are running or any kind of line of sport. It will be easier on a tripod. So maybe if you were filming an event but you were set up at a particular base and you just basically stayed there and got shots from there, it might be better just to go with a tripod. So obviously a big advantage of the tripod is that it is more stable. So you know, I'd be far more confident leaving my camera on this and walking away rather than leaving it on the monopod and walking away, because yes, right now it's staying up by itself, but just a little nudge from someone else and it will just go. That could be rather embarrassing if you are filming an event with a load of people at it. So definitely more stable on the tripod. If you're in some really windy conditions, you know, I don't know why you would be, but if you're filming out in like some sort of storm or some sort of condition which is not the most calm, then maybe a tripod is the better option for you. You really do need to take, you know, all the attributes of the environment into consideration. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed this one. If you want to see some more videos this kind of style, less reviews, more kind of how-tos and tips, give us a like, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one.